I'll get lost up there, Gerald.
What's the long drive? That's long. 7, 8 hours.
I'll get lost up there, Gerald.
What?
Driving.
We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Today's date is August the 18th, 2025, and this is the Tell City Water Board. Everybody could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. You may be seated. So before we get started, I do want to apologize. Our last meeting, I don't think I did something right with the streaming, but it is recorded and we'll get it uploaded tomorrow morning for the Board of Works. If anybody missed it, I apologize. We're getting there. Hopefully the audio is better. We worked on that, and so we'll see. We did some tests, and it was so. All right, adoption of the agenda. Are there any additions to the agenda?
Mayor, I'd like to spend some time talking about I can't remember the name, I want to say Neptune, but the app that you can get for your phone. to
Is it
monitor-
Neptune 360 son?
Neptune 360, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know everything else about it.
Yeah, okay.
I think we tabled that from a previous meeting.
We did. We can bring it up under old business then, since it was tabled.
That's fine.
So I'm just going to put Neptune 360, and then we'll know what it means. And then if it's,
Thank you.
I don't have any of the numbers, but
Putting it under old business or new business?
put it under old business. He said we had tabled it from the last one, so I figured it's worth putting it under there for now. We'll talk on it. We'll probably have it on the next agenda in September for, maybe at the final thing, because I want to make sure y'all have the information on it, but we'll do a little job trying to explain it, so.
Thank you.
Any other additions to the agenda? Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Brian, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mike. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next is your presentations for minutes for approval from July 21st. Is there any changes or corrections to those minutes as presented?
Motion to approve as presented.
Okay, motion made by Larry, second by Mike. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next is comments of citizens. Are there any citizens that would like to make any comments? Come to the microphone, state your name and address for the minutes. All right, hearing none. We'll move on to superintendent's report. Board, you should have a copy of Brent's report in your packet and was distributed out prior as well. Before I have Brent make any highlights, anything specific in his report, is there anything specific you guys want Brent to further discuss or have questions on? He's been very busy, and he's also...
No, this
he's-
report is just,
It's 3 pages. He's done a
Full.
great job. But he's also been very busy helping with some of the FEMA information and getting that together as well for Connie and I, so we appreciate that. Any questions on Brent's report before we move on, or Brent highlights anything specific? Brent, is there anything particular in your report you wanted to
The only
mention?
highlight in that report, Mayor, thank you, Water Board, is well 3A is back online. If you remember last week,
Yeah.
it was down at a bad time too, when we was at high demand. That put the hurt on us for a while. But we're back in good shape. It's running good and doing good.
If
Your
you
well
don't mind,
field's
I
in good
have...
shape. Your well field's in pretty good shape right now. Good shape.
I have one thing I would like to mention, and it's going to kind of relate into what's going to be on our agenda a little bit later, but as of right now, it's, this report, you 34 service lines have been replaced under the lead copper rule replacement program. How's that going?
It's going good. It's right on schedule, I think. I mean,
Good.
what, 34?
Said we get 34 in here, maybe plus or minus, plus a little more. I don't know when you repaired this, if there's any got done today or whatever, but yeah.
And
Okay.
they got 2 done today.
Oh, well, good.
That's what Corey said, the inspector, so. Yeah, 254 is what they got to do, and they actually got, 10 months to do it in, so it adds up if they can
Well-
keep this kind of pace through the bad weather, and
Yeah, I was gonna say, as long as your weather
they'll be
cooperates.
all right. There's still a few they've passed over on the way. They're kind of cherry picking right now, but there's still some we got to go back, and
Sure.
we'll get back to them.
Okay.
I've got a question.
Okay.
It says River Road A and B They gonna reimburse us for that water line they tore out, or we gonna need that?
No, hell, I couldn't locate it, so
Okay.
I said, go for it. They found it for me. They pulled it up out of the ground so I could see it.
Where's that go to, the Bailey?
It went to the house, the empty lot right before where Larry Beatty lived. It's a lot that Chris Ramsey owns. He's got a tool shed there, and he keeps water on. And
Okay.
I said, well, now I know where it's at, so we fixed it.
So all these.
Carry on.
All these lead line replacement, when they cut in the street, is that gonna be part of our funding in that money we got to repay that, or do?
Yes,
So everything they dig out,
Will
the
be
funding's
paid.
there, not coming out of our general fund?
it's part of the project.
Okay. We were gonna have a bunch.
254-ish.
Yeah, most places you multiply that by 2. That'll be how many digs on one service you'll have.
Oh, yeah.
So excited, Brent, thank you.
So we're gonna try to, the ones
We
that are
annihilated
done,
one of your new streets today.
the ones that are done, are we gonna go ahead and try to get those patched?
I'd like to. I've been talking to them about it. I'd like to, kind of keep up with it as we go. What do you think about that, Andy? Is there a certain bucket we got to take the money out of for that, or can we?
I'm sure they're trying to get as many as they can, so when they get a paving crew out, they can knock them out.
You're
That's
thinking
another
like-
thing. You got to make it worthwhile when you pull a paving crew out.
Well,
And
if you build up maybe a month's worth, I don't know how many they can do in a month, which, well, about 35 or so, it seems like, or I don't know. I have to do more than that, but maybe a month or two, then they come every 2
they've
months.
actually
to-
got their own paving crew in-house.
Okay.
ISI, hell, half of them work for EMB and CNR and everything else for their want to work for ISI anyway, so they're good at that too.
So these 34 that you've done, we've put new line from the meter to the house?
Some of them don't go all the way to the house. That's if it's galvanized.
Okay.
And if it's copper, no. We go to the meter and we stop, we hook onto the copper. If it's good plastic, we stop. We hook onto that and go. If it's galvanized, we proceed and go on in the house.
I seen them do it, I just reading them. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't understand that.
That's kind of part of the, a little bit of the unknown until you
Yeah.
start digging, I mean, unfortunately.
Do we get a refund if we have a lot of copper and plastic?
And we got another 200 something to do.
Yeah, we have more to do.
Yeah.
I don't know that, I mean, I would say we'd get something on that,
You've got
yes.
certain
A
customers
credit.
out there don't want you up in the yard though.
Yeah.
We had upwards to, well, how many did
Stop,
we
they
have on
want you to
that?
stop right there, they don't want you to put it in.
How many do we have on that sheet that we could make any contact with? 30 or 40?
Probably so, man.
The water department had probably, I don't know, maybe it's like 30 residents that we had sent letters. We had left door knockers, we called them, knocked on their doors, no response, no
Right.
response, no response, no response,
Nobody
nothing.
wants, there's been a couple of them, we've caught up with them because the house had sold. It's under new,
So-
so we caught
but
up with them and
We'll make it work, we'll figure it out. It's just,
So we need their permission to do it?
yeah.
Oh.
They can deny it, I mean, that's their choice. I mean, if they don't feel they need it or not interested, we can't make them. But in the future, nobody knows what state laws
the
may
one thing I
change.
wish we would have changed on this, and I didn't see into it, guys, I would have mentioned it to Andy and Hannah, is if they didn't want the line, I would have at least liked to have checked out their shut-off valve.
Yeah.
See if they have one for starters, and if they don't, put one in, at least do that. And make sure that the one that they do have does work. And if it doesn't, replace it.
But
We
what
didn't
may,
do that.
what may come in the future is, someone goes to sell their home or whatever it is, on their sales disclosure form, where you kind of list, things about your house, that may be something that's added to that list one day. What do you know about this? And then, I'm not saying it would affect this other house, but it could cause some problems. So I would recommend if they, on the list and to get it done this time. Because I'd hate to see them kick the can down the road, and go to sell their home, and then they're in that problem. And it may not be a problem, but it's fine.
The manhole on 19th Street, is that going to be, I mean, I know it's going to be repaired eventually, but is that part of the program where you're repairing
The manhole.
I think that's sewer, Mike.
That's
Talking about
sewer.
sewer department?
Yeah,
That's sewer.
Yeah.
They've not gotten that far out. They're about on 10th Street, somewhere in there now, 11th, 9th, back at, working on replacing these. That's where they're working now.
ISI?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're on 10th Street right now in the 1000 block.
yeah. They're kind of started west Riverside and they're working their way east.
I don't think we even have any on 19th right now in the first phase. We might in the second phase because there's a couple of houses there in the 1400 block where you, next to Payne. I mean, people don't realize that block was built up a long time.
Yeah.
Way before any of it else was.
Yeah.
Now, I think they might get a couple. But that'll probably be in the second phase, Mike.
All right.
Brent, PRV project, is that where you're having a backup valve on fire hydrants?
Backup valve.
What's the PRV project?
It's done.
Pressure reducing
Complete.
valve.
Oh, is that up on the strip?
McDonald's, mhm.
Oh, okay,
It's done.
great.
They got a lot of pressure.
Mayor don't like the way it looks. How you all like it?
Looks good to me.
Hey, it looks
You
great.
get it all dialed in and all that working?
It works like a
Christmas
champ.
lights on at Christmas, it look great, man.
I like those.
Don't
vent-
give him any
those-
ideas.
Those vent pipes, I'm gonna put some red fluorescent tape on there, make it look like a candy cane.
Don't give Brent any ideas. He's got enough of them out there. Mike,
The wheels are always turning.
they are.
But it works good. It's complete, Philip. It works great.
Good. That's awesome.
It's doing its job.
We just paid it off. That's what broke us this month.
Oh, I
You'll
saw
see.
that.
That's what,
didn't know
that's
if that
what
was
hit
a
us
bonus.
really, really hard.
Okay, that sounds like it concludes the superintendent's report. We'll move on to financial report. You should have a copy of that in front of you as well, distributed out to you prior to the meeting. Any questions on the, we got one question answered there that Brent kind of brought up, but any questions on the financial report? The PRV was answered, that was a large one, so that hopefully,
Not gaining a whole lot, are we?
well, that final payment on the PRV, what, it hits you hard this month. The-
And they also had patching of 24 work sites was like $35,000. And then they made their second payment on the payment in lieu of taxes, and that was $28,000. So it was just a big, big month for big expenses.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, coming up to the well, and the valve, the filter valve, it has been replaced and ordered in October of last year in the plant. So that's gonna be later on.
Gotta be
No
done.
big hits.
Gotta be done.
Don't fix it.
How big are those hits? Pretty big?
The valve of the plant would be 17,000.
Oh.
What was the other one? What did it say?
Filter media.
I don't really know about it.
Yeah, that's no big deal.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the financial report?
So moved.
Motion by Philip. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Gerald. Any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, moving on to old business. Larry asked to add item A, which is Neptune 360. So, you want to start, Larry, or do you want me to start?
Well, I can start since I brought it up, but, and I can't remember when it was, but several months ago, we talked about this system which would allow our customers to monitor their water usage, basically anytime they wanted to monitor it. And I've had, excuse me, I've had several people talk to me about, would like to see that app available, especially landlords that have rental properties where they provide the water, and some of our large industrial users also. And if I remember, Chris, when we were talking about it, the first year cost was $10,000, and then the annual fee thereafter was like $6,000.
Sounds close to right. I
That
can-
is what the quote is, yes.
Is it? Okay.
I had it in my folder.
Well, look at you.
Because we had never finished.
Yeah.
So I've been carrying it in my folder. And it was a total of 10 this year, is what it was quoted back in January of this year.
10 and what, it was a total of
A
10?
total of 10, yes.
Yes, total of
Yes.
10, not 10 and 6.
No,
Right.
I'm sorry,
10 for
the
the first
total of 10.
Yeah,
Which I think we've got roughly 3,300 customers, is that right? 3,400. So that's $3 a customer.
well, you divide it out by the year, it breaks down a pretty small number. But,
And not everybody uses it. I probably won't use it, but I think there are enough people,
Well,
especially
you
businesses.
you might use it in a thing where you won't check it every day, but for those who don't want to check it, you can download the app, and you could set your consumption at, 2,000 gallons, 3,000 gallons, it'll notify you. Well, you may never check the app for months, but then it hits 3,000, boom, a text hits you, you'll know, whoa, something's going on here. And you may have a leak, or you just may be using that much water. I don't know, watering flowers or pressure washing. It gives the residents an option to conserve water if they want to. And even when you're not at home, if you say you go on vacation, you're gonna be gone a week, you can set that minimum at a different number, and if it hits a mark, it happens to people a lot. They go on vacation, they come home, and their house is flooded. I know several people it's happened to. So maybe it could save somebody some headache, and it gives them the chance to see what they want to do. So I'll add that to next month's water board agenda for consideration, and I'll revise some of that paperwork there, or the agreement, it probably needs updated with dates, I'm sure.
Yeah, all I have is the quote.
Remind you, Mayor and Larry, that that's a payment that's going to be shared by the water and sewer department.
Oh, that's true, that's true.
So it gets divided out.
Yeah.
And, any questions on that? Okay, thank you, Larry. All right, moving on to new business, item A, lead service line replacement, phase 2. So we talked briefly during Brent's report about phase 1. We're going in for a phase 2. A lot of the same terms and conditions and thought process and ways of the funding, with the grants hopefully forgivable, like we did before. We got, what, $2.5 million forgivable? That's pretty nice, a $2.5 million grant to help improve our water system for our residents, that we don't have to pay back. It just don't happen every day.
Then $2.5 million at 0% interest.
Yeah, and anything else past that was 0% interest. Again, you just don't see those options every day. So we've contracted or have an agreement with Lockmuller Group to help us with this, and that's what you have in front of you here. We've kind of, and I'll let Andy explain some of the details that you may have questions on, but
Print those out.
There's a couple lanes
There's-
around for
Philip's
people
got
to
one
look at.
shared.
We didn't
Yeah.
print it out for everybody,
I don't need one, I looked at
Well,
it.
okay.
just because they were so large and
It's about the
we need to, our budgets
Pretty good
need
read.
to
We
be saving
watch our
paper.
we save copies. We don't try to print unless we have to.
It'll put you bad.
But as far as the agreement goes, it's a lot of the same terms as before. We've already approved past the first step, right? Andy, I guess you would say with the SRF funding.
We submitted the PER early in the spring, so, and requested the funding. We got notified, we were actually just a little bit outside of their priority list, but I don't know if they had some people drop off or whatever, but we ended up making the cut this round, and they won't tell us exactly right now, like how much grant and how much loan's gonna be, because they're trying to get everybody on the list to commit to a closing date, and then they'll see how much, how much funding they have to spread around, and then divvy up, what your grant will be. But basically, they've asked us to set a closing date, which we've pushed it as far as we can. We requested mid-March as our closing date for the project, but in order to close, we have to have the project designed and bids in hand for the contractor. So we don't have time to wait to see what they're going to offer a grant. I mean, there's going to be something, but we don't know exactly what. So we need to get the design going just so we can hit the date and be able to close in March. So it's very similar to the first phase. Phase 2's got a few more, I think, what'd you say, 254 was the first round. This one's 285 lead service lines that we're including. And in addition to that, we've got, we've added in a new SCADA system, because that's a big concern right now. The old system is basically, the materials are obsolete, you can't buy replacement parts. We've been, luckily, Brent's had some extra spare parts to keep it going, and you've been able to get a few things fixed, but it really is what runs the whole plant right now, so that's on the list to get designed and replaced in this project. And then we also have a sub-consultant called Blue Conduit, and they do like predictive modeling for, basically, they were asking you to identify all your unknowns in your system, like material types. Some of them we identified, we knew we had lead, or high probability we had lead, and there's a big handful of them that are just unknown. We don't really know for sure what they are. But this company, and IDEM accepts the results from these companies like this, but they can take all the data that we've got from like the lead service project, the 2 phases that we're working on, and any like, you know, data they can find on when the homes were built and different things like that, and they can predict with certain, you know, they can show you what the certainty is that these houses are not lead, so we don't need to mess with them. And you can take, once they do that, you can take those off the list, and you don't have to go identify them. So the ones that you do have to identify that you don't know, I mean, we might have to be doing some physical, like potholing to identify what they are. So that company, you know, their price was like $75,000, but, you know, what you're saving and having to go out in the field and dig up a service line, it outweighs the cost for their modeling service, so.
So will they do that on the 285, or they'll do that on all remaining?
They're gonna do it on everything remaining, yeah.
We're
We use-
required to have them identified 28 or something, no, it's not, what year, I can't remember.
It was like,
It's further out.
yeah, it was like
Was it
10
30?
years from the start.
It was like 10 years.
But
Yeah.
by doing that, it definitely is
Yeah.
going in the right
Trying
direction.
to cut down the list to make it more manageable.
If you remember last year, we had to mail out like I call it a postcard.
Yeah.
Right.
And it caused a lot of confusion amongst people, but that we will be required again to do that until
Right.
they're identified.
And if that predictive modeling and rules them out, those will come off that list. and
Correct.
You don't have to send those letters to those people.
And what we'll do, we won't mail the cards like we did, actually will be in with their utility bill, the letter itself, rather than send out the special thing. I think we can do that.
Now they're using that plum book.
It should save us some money.
How many, so you're gonna cut down the list, how many right now is possible that we'd have to replace service lines?
I don't remember off the top of my head. The ones that we've identified in phase,
254 will be off the list, I can tell you
Yeah.
that few, but let's see,
I mean, we gotta do this for all 3,300
Yeah.
customers.
yeah.
and we're not just a city, this isn't just Tell City thinking,
models. But how many do you think we'll have to replace?
well, it depends on what the federal government and state tells us we're going to replace at some point, because as things are changing,
I
they
think
may.
that these first 2 phases are gonna get the majority of the lead, the problem ones.
Yeah.
There might be a few stragglers out there but this should get the majority of them.
But our concern and why we're wanting to do this, we don't know if there'll be a round 3 of this funding opportunity even out there yet.
Right.
We was concerned there wouldn't be even a phase 2. So if we can get the same deal almost as before, that'd be awesome for us.
Well, it assures our customers that they're getting safe water also, which is the point of the
Yeah,
whole thing.
and we'll eventually reach the point that we've targeted the older homes,
Right.
come into newer homes where we're not gonna run into this problem because the materials inevitably were newer and wasn't lead lined. So
Right.
I think we had a brief comment on low-hanging fruit. I think now we're gonna be approaching appropriate fruit.
Well, and you won't,
Yeah.
like I said, Tell City's not the only city doing this.
No.
There's,
Oh, no,
I don't
yeah.
want people to go, oh, why Tell, this is not just a, hey, let's
Yeah.
just go do this. This is every municipality or water owner of the, utility they have to go through a lot of the same hoops and hurdles that we are doing.
Every single one of them, they're subject to the same legal obligations to apply for this money and to qualify for this money. So it's not like we're just doing it for fun. Everybody that's trying to go after this money is doing the same
Yeah,
process.
we were lucky, like the first round, phase one we went after, we were a little bit ahead of the game. There wasn't that many people going after the funding. And we got in pretty easy, but everybody kind of caught on, and there was a lot of people requesting funds this round, so it's getting a lot more competitive, you know.
But the good news is we made the cut.
Made the cut.
So
And-
that's,
Yeah.
it shows a lot of this board's decisions that they've made and being aggressive and proactive, trying to get ahead of things before it,
Yeah.
well, the funding's there. And thank you to Lockmuir, the group, and everyone that's helped us. It's,
The one thing I forgot to mention, we did have meetings with Baker Tilly, and, you know, you already got rates planned out. I think we got like 2% increases right now for a little while. So this project, the intention is for not to cause any additional rate increases or anything. So we don't know exactly what, the more grant we get, the more money we can carry over to do other projects later, but, so.
yeah. So any other questions on this agreement?
Jeff, have you reviewed it?
I have. I've reviewed Lockmiller's form consulting contract once or twice in the past, too.
If it's in order, I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Larry. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mike. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
Andy.
that concludes new business. Under Mayor's report, I do want to thank everyone again for their hard work and volunteering and everybody that came down to make our Schweitzer Fest a huge success this year. There still is one half-pot winner out there that hasn't come forward, one of the early bird drawings. So check your tickets again.
Schweitzer Fest falls on my birthday every year, so somebody might have bought me a ticket as a present. You guys let me know. if
You just
that
ain't got the ticket yet, or they changed their mind, maybe.
You can have my ticket.
I
Yeah.
appreciate the big party the city throws for me every year anyway, so.
And
You can have my ticket. It won't November.
Mine wasn't either.
And last, I do want to bring up that tomorrow I'm going to put on our Facebook page, up till September the 5th, I'm going to accept letters of interest for the Tell City Housing Authority Board. I'll have an opening at the end of September, so I'm going to start kind of getting ahead on that. And then I also have an open seat for the, basically called the Tourism Commission or the Tourism Board. I'll have an opening on that. So letters of interest, September 5th will be due. They can mail them to City Hall, they can email them, we'll put that on the site there, and, or they could drop them off at the office here, it'd be fine. Want to get ahead of this, get these boards, seats filled, so they didn't have enough to have a quorum in case something would come up or they couldn't, so.
Are either one of those politically balanced boards?
The Housing Authority is at this
Yes.
point still. The commission on the tourism side is no longer. So that changed. It used to be, and then they
So-
changed that.
What color are you looking for?
I'll have to check on that.
Okay,
I know it is, and I have an idea, but I don't want to speak out of terms,
okay,
so.
okay.
But yeah, we'll be taking those letters, so
Thank you.
regardless, have them turn letters of interest in would be great. Because you never know, they may turn a letter of interest for this, and in the future, there may be another board or committee or whatever that could be considered for it, or maybe reach out to them, it's like, wow, actually, I might be good on this board. We're always looking for volunteers and people to help serve.
People to get involved.
Okay.
And both of those are your points, right?
That's correct. We'll have to check ours, because, I mean, I know it's only August, but the holiday season, end of the year will be rolling around soon for board appointments, and I like to try to be ready for January 1st, that we have our first meeting, we can start making those selections, so we'll be getting on that. Is there anything else? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion by Brian, second by Philip. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Meeting adjourned.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Well, actually, I'll probably see you